Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I've got another book review for you. Today I'm going to be talking about a book that I've been wanting to read for a while. I finally got around to reading. It's called The Compound Effect by Dan Hardy, who was the editor, or I think still is the editor of Success magazine, I believe. And this is funny because a lot of you have pointed to some of the videos I did. In fact, I did this video on, I think I called it the knife's edge principle or something like that. You can check it out here. But I basically talked about what is essentially written in this book, which is this idea that small little changes that you make, positive or negative, over time are going to accumulate or compound and result in huge drastic changes. And it's funny because I hadn't read this book when I stumbled upon that, and then kind of at the very beginning of this book, Dan Hardy, the author of the book, he basically says, look here, and he gives like three guys' lives, and he says, okay, this one guy, he's eating just a little bit unhealthy, and he's doing these things, and is doing these negative relationship habits. This other guy, he's kind of just like doing whatever, his normal life, and this other guy's starting to make some positive improvements, starting to like run and eat just a little bit more healthy. And he shows what happens over the course of like 3 years, 5 years, over the course of their lives. And they're on totally different paths. They were all kind of at the same level, and then it didn't take very long for that compounding to happen. He said in 1 year, you don't even detect a change. In 2 years, maybe not. But by 3 years, they're totally on different paths. And so that's what this book is it's a really good kind of personal development, self-help book, but it's very practical in the sense, and really the idea behind this book is that if you do small things and make small changes and habits in your life, that those things compound. And there's a thing called momentum, and once you get momentum going, it sort of keeps the flywheel going and makes things really, really start to stack up. So this is what I've seen in my life, definitely, from everything that I've done. You could just take the example of this YouTube channel, right? I started doing YouTube videos. It took a long time for me to get 1,000 subscribers, and then 2,000 was a little bit faster, and then I started doing more and more videos, and I started getting more and more momentum, and then pretty soon, bam, I'm putting out like 14 videos a week or more, and now we've got like 40,000 subscribers here, and we've got all this huge momentum, and we're benefiting from this compound effect. And I say we, because I consider it's not just me, right? It's all of you that participate in the community here on Simple Programmer, and I appreciate you. So anyway, the point is that this compound effect is extremely powerful. It's a really powerful principle in life and business and everything, and you should really learn to exploit this principle. So I recommend the book. He goes through a lot of really good information in the book that can help you to understand the compound effect and how it works, and some really good examples of how that works. But like I said, I've seen it in many areas of my life, from YouTube to the blog to financial investments. It's the same kind of idea, and even through physical and growth type of things is where you create these habits and you start expanding upon them, and then pretty soon, before you know it, heck, you're running a half marathon, or you're running a business and you've got employees, right? It's like you've got to start somewhere, and you got to be consistent. And so he talks about another thing that I'm very much a fan of, which is persistence and commitment, and being patient and persistent, which is really, really important. But if you can keep going, if you can keep going where other people drop off, then you're gonna get that benefit. So I'll point to the book again, The Compound Effect by Dan Hardy. Highly recommend it. I'm always looking for new books, always looking for good books, and yeah. So anyway, I hope you find that useful. If you do, click the subscribe button, because if you keep on watching my videos, it's going to have a compound effect on your future. Well, maybe not, but anyway, click the subscribe button if you like this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.